On Talking with Dr. Donna, we focus on 4 pillars of health to help build a generational health network to end the cycle of premature death in the Black community. I created Talking with Dr. Donna as a way to educate as many people as possible and give accurate information from a trusted physician. Go to Talking with Dr. Donna and get accurate information. And then share that information with your family and friends. And if you like what you see, like my channel and subscribe. Remember, every Thursday, keep your appointment with Dr. Donna. Welcome to another episode of Talking with Dr. Donna. You can keep your appointment every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. You have an appointment with the doctor. Now, for the month of February, most of my shows are going to be pre-recorded. And that is because I am actually had surgery this morning. So this show that you're watching right now was also pre-recorded before my surgery. But I wanted to make sure that you still had valuable information for this very important month. And so my shows are pre-recorded. That means, though, that you can still ask questions. I still want to see those comments, those likes, those questions that you have as we go live, because I can always answer the questions later. We are going to talk all about my health journey and all about the surgery when I return. But for now, I know that you're sending me great vibes, lots of prayers, and I really appreciate it. If this is your first time joining Talking with Dr. Donna, thank you and welcome. Just because the show is pre-recorded doesn't mean that the information is not as fantastic. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, I hope that you'll go to my YouTube channel. If you're not watching on YouTube, you will hit subscribe and then you'll hit that bell icon so that you are notified every time we go live. Our mission on Talking with Dr. Donna is to build a generational health network. And we do that by looking at 4 pillars of health: our mental and emotional health, our spiritual health, of course, our physical health, and our environmental health. I firmly believe that if we pay attention to those 4 pillars of health, we can help to end the cycle of premature death in the Black community. That's our mission here on Talking with Dr. Donna. And I'm praying that you become a part of our Talking with Dr. Donna Generational Health Network so you can share this message with your friends and your family. You can also follow me on Instagram or Facebook and let me know what you think about the show, or if there's a topic that you're interested in hearing about, let me know that too. Tonight, the very first Thursday of February 2023, we are talking about Black History Month. Gotta give a shout out to my people, my culture, my ancestors, who I am, who we are, and give praise and honor and thanks to our ancestors for the struggles and the battles that they fought so that we are able to have the ability and the freedoms to do the things that we do today. So I want to thank each and every one of my ancestors because I know I am standing on your shoulders. In particular, tonight, I want to give a shout out and a special thank you to Fighting Shirley Chisholm. I love this woman. I love this woman. Her story, her political beliefs, and her rise to political power is just amazing. Coming from a young girl in the country, born and raised to be a teacher, to become the first African-American female in Congress in 1968. I wasn't even born yet. But in 1972, when I was a wee toddler, Shirley Chisholm ran for president, the first African-American to run for president of these United States of America in 1972. And her campaign model is something that I always have loved. I keep it in the back of my mind today, even when I'm in the boardroom, when I'm in meetings, I think about her campaign model. And that campaign model was that she was unbought and unbossed. You go ahead, Fighting Shirley Chisholm. Thank you so much for what you did. And I thank you for instilling in me a recognition that I could be unbought and unbossed. So hats off to Shirley Chisholm for our first Black History Month spotlight. This month is also American Heart Health Month. And so we're going to spend a lot of this month talking about our hearts, our hearts and our health. And so tonight we're going to just really briefly do a couple of things. The first thing we're going to talk about are the ABCs of heart health. The CDC has a Million Hearts campaign to bring awareness to heart disease and risk factors that you can control to make sure that you have better heart health. So the ABCs of heart health. A is for aspirin. Now, not everybody is supposed to be on aspirin, but you should have a conversation with your personal doctor to see if aspirin is something that you should add to your regimen to help decrease your risk of stroke and cardiovascular disease. B is blood pressure. You gotta control your blood pressure, but before you control it, you have to know what it is. So know your blood pressure and then control it. The C is your cholesterol. Once again, you have to test it in order to know what you need to do to manage it or to control it. So, those annual physical exams that I tell you that you need to have as a part of your overall health with your dream team, you need to ask to make sure that you have a total cholesterol, HDL, which is your high density lipoprotein, which is the good cholesterol, and the LDL, which is the low density lipoprotein, or what we consider the bad cholesterol. Got to know those numbers. And finally, the S is don't smoke. If you haven't started smoking, don't start. If you're smoking, try to stop. Even if you go from limiting your cigarettes to from a pack a day to half a pack a day, or 5 cigarettes a day down to 4 cigarettes a day, every change you make is going to help you out. That's not just tobacco smoking, that's vaping. That's just smoking regular old blunts. That's all smoke. Any type of smoking is bad for your heart. So, ABCs of heart health, Million Hearts campaign. Make sure you check that out at the CDC for you. The other thing that I want to talk about is, and you'll see, is as you look through the ways in which we can kind of help ourselves and help our hearts, there's a question about food and food density. We talked a little bit about this with Dr. Chin when we talked about food as medicine, but I wanted to give you an example of what we're really talking about when we see nutrient dense food versus nutrient poor food. And there's some examples, right? And so if you like cereal, you want something like a frosted shredded wheat, which is not really dense. It's not as healthy for you. What's a healthy alternative is if you just have the plain shredded wheat. When you talk about fruit or yogurt, the full fat yogurt that has added sugars, and remember, Dr. Chin gave us that magic number, no more than 25 grams of added sugar a day. Well, if you look at our yogurts, our fruit at the bottom yogurt, our fruit mixed in yogurt, they have a lot of sugar. So let's try to go with a plain low fat yogurt and then add some fruit. And if you add fruit that actually has fiber in it, like if you add sliced apples or if you add like tangerines or oranges, if you add some fruit like that, you're getting a double benefit of having the fruit with the fiber. And then let's look at our sodium, right? So reading the labels, seeing how much sodium is in our foods, and trying to always reach for that alternative. So if we are looking at a can of beans, we know there's going to be lots of sodium in that because that's how you're preserving the food within that can. Well, let's make a choice to go with a lower sodium can of beans. And that will be helpful, again, to give you nutrient dense foods, which is better for your body. Looking at how we oil our food or cook our food, oils are going to be better than butter. And yes, butter is yummy, but too much butter clogs your arteries, increases your cholesterol, raises your risk of cardiovascular disease. So I'm not saying do away with butter. I will not do away with butter, but the majority of the time, you want to use some low fat vegetable oils, okay? Like, olive oil is good. And then finally, what you're drinking, right? It's so easy to drink calories and it's easy to drink badness, right? So looking at our sodas, you need something sparkly, fizzy. Let's do some sparkling water. Instead of doing a soda, a carbonated beverage, try some sparkling water. So these are just some examples of changes that you can make, and you can institute these changes today to kind of move yourself towards a healthier heart this month. Maybe you take one a week and say, this week, I'm going to not have soda, but I'm going to have sparkling water. Every time I go to reach for a soda, I'm going to reach for sparkling water instead. And then every week you could add in something different, and that was going to help you move slowly, deliberately, and forever, not just temporarily, but moving into a healthy habit. All right. All right, the third thing I'm going to talk to you tonight very briefly, because we're still in this pandemic and there's still lots of things to talk about, is that a public health emergency, the federal public health emergency, is scheduled to end in May. And you might think, oh, that's a long time away, but it's really not. And one of the reasons why that is so important is because some of the things that have been free, that we've been taking for granted, are no longer going to be free. That's going to be important if you get COVID and you need particular treatments. Whereas they were free before, and these were pretty expensive treatments, whereas they were free before, once the public health emergency ends, they are not going to be free. Vaccines and tests are probably still going to remain to be free, but the treatment, if you actually get COVID and get sick enough to require treatment, is probably not going to be free. Why is that important? Because this is the time to protect yourself to help prevent that from happening, where you're getting sick enough to actually need treatment. This is the time to get your vaccines, your bivalent vaccine in particular, to make sure that you're covered for the most common variants that are out there infecting folks right now. All right. All right. So, for Talking with Dr. Donna, we do a food of the month. And this month, our food of the month is cabbage. I know. It's Black History Month. We got to have some cabbage and cornbread. Come on, Talking with Dr. Donna, folks. But this month, we are having cabbage, and I'm hoping that you make your cabbage with not a lot of butter, but that you add just a little bit. Add some garlic. You know what to do. Put your onions in. You know how to do it. Steam it up all real nice and good. Add some other seasonings besides salt to kind of give your cabbage some flavor. Let's try something new and different. But cabbage is really beneficial because it provides lots of nutrients, right? Lots of vitamins. It helps with our inflammation. It's a green veggie. Anything green is going to help to decrease inflammation. It's got lots of vitamin C. It can help improve your digestion. It is heart healthy. Hey, cabbage, heart healthy. And it can help to lower your blood pressure. Again, heart healthy. Helps to lower your cholesterol. Heart healthy. And it's a good source of vitamin K. And vitamin K we need because our body needs it in order to help make sure our blood clots the right way. So cabbage is all around beneficial. There's the picture that we're showing you today is of cabbage salad. So, shred up some cabbage. And the good thing about cabbage is it comes in all these different colors. So not only is it good for you, but it also can be pretty as a garnish. Add it to your tacos, add it to salads, and let's just figure out ways in which we can get it into our diet. If you have a great recipe for cabbage, let us know, and so that we can post it on our site and our pages. Okay? All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Talking with Dr. Donna. Short and sweet, pre-recorded because I actually had surgery this morning. But I want to thank you for being faithful and watching Talking with Dr. Donna. Again, if this was your first time having your appointment with Dr. Donna, thanks for joining. Please do subscribe, like, and comment on this show. For the rest of you, I will see you every Thursday. Keep your appointment at 6:30 with the doctor because I'm going to give you new information this month, even though I'm not going to be live. So thanks again for your support. Thank you for being a part of the Generational Health Network. Thank you because I already feel your well wishes on my recovery. And I will see you live in March. And until then, continue to keep your appointment with Talking with Dr. Donna and take good care of yourselves. Don't be bought and don't be bossed. On Talking with Dr. Donna, we focus on 4 pillars of health to help build a generational health network to end the cycle of premature death in the Black community. I created Talking with Dr. Donna as a way to educate as many people as possible and give accurate information from a trusted physician. Go to Talking with Dr. Donna and get accurate information. And then share that information with your family and friends. And if you like what you see, like my channel and subscribe. Remember, every Thursday, keep your